Devontae Williamson, Leon Henry, Aviance King, and Taylor Walker were 2 young men and 2 young ladies that were taken out at Mello Buckzz album release party. To every story, there's a backstory to help you further understand why things happen. These are the stories of the wicked streets of Chicago. Chicago nights. They beautiful and deadly at the same time. You could be standing under them bright club lights, smelling champagne and perfume in the air. But right outside that same door, death be waiting, like it's on the guest list. This ain't Beverly Hills. Nigga, this Chicago, where every smile got a story and every celebration come with a risk. July 2nd, 2025. The city was moving different. Summer heat mixed with tension. The kind you can't see but you can feel. Everybody was outside. And in the middle of it all, you had Mello Buckzz, one of Chicago's hardest female rappers, was celebrating a new mixtape, Hollywood. It was supposed to be her night, her victory, a come-up story written in diamonds and dedication. But the city had other plans. See, Mello wasn't no industry puppet. She came from that real Chicago soil, where the streets teach you before the teachers do. She the kind that never switched up, that made pain look powerful. Every bar she spit was a reflection of everything that she had lost and everything that she had survived. Songs like Boom and Pretty Op put her name on the map. Her voice, soft but dangerous, gave her an identity no other female rapper from the city could imitate. Mello rep hard for the east side, for the trenches, and for the girls that grew up watching the hood claim their brothers and cousins one by one. By the time 2025 came, she was more than just a rapper. She was somewhat of a symbol, a reminder that Chicago women could be pretty and pressure at the same time. That's what Hollywood was all about, a play on words. Hollywood dreams with a hood soul. So when she announced her album release party at the Artis lounge, the city pulled up heavy. Cars lined the block, foreigns, rentals, bulletproofs, all type of shit. The type of night where you might see a rival, but the energy too turned to kill. The lights was flashing, bottles popping, everything feeling good. This was one for the culture, for the females who survived Chicago, for Mello Buckzz finally getting her flowers. But in Chicago, success comes with eyes. And sometimes, the ones that's watching ain't clapping for you. It was the middle of summer. The air was thick. That Chicago humidity sitting heavy on everybody's skin. Artis lounge was lit. Mello Buckzz had the whole city outside. People in designer, music blasting, everybody celebrated the Hollywood release. Inside it was love, but outside, the energy started to change. You could feel it, like a storm was coming, but the sky was still clear. Around 1:40 in the morning, people started spilling out, taking pictures, smoking, chopping it up in front of the venue. Some shorties arguing over who gonna slide next to who in the after party. Mello was inside with her team, but the crowd outside was deep. Maybe 50 heads chilling on the block, just enjoying the night. Then, a black car pulled up. Slow. Too slow. You could hear the bass cut off. And somebody said, "Hey, that car been spinning back and forth all night." Before anybody could react, the windows dropped.
Been having look. Yeah. Duck down, baby, duck down. Hey, shoot like a motherfucker, duck down.
Police right there.
4 people were killed, 14 others hurt. We want to show you some new video just into our newsroom, showing the moment a car drove up and people inside it started firing. If you look very closely here, you see some flashes of light from the gunfire. We want to let you know that we have blurred the images of the victims there in that lower right-hand corner. We have team coverage as police figure out why an album release party was targeted. Our Sarah Maki learning more about the victims, but we start with Tara Molina and the latest on that investigation. Tara?
Marie, police have confirmed, like you said, this was not a random shooting with 2 men and 2 women killed here, 14 others injured right outside this now closed lounge. It happened right around 11 o'clock last night. Those shots fired by multiple people inside of a dark car.
We need more units.
Police calling for help from Chicago and Franklin.
Hey, squad, we need more ambulance out here. We don't have nearly enough.
You're looking at scene video right now. Police say multiple people fired shots from a dark car into a crowd outside Artis Lounge around 11.
This venue was targeted.
Targeted, with the crowd leaving the album release party for Chicago-born rapper Mello Buckzz, who confirmed on social media many of the people hurt were her friends.
They didn't care who was struck. And in a matter of seconds, they were able to shoot 18 people.
A line of fire lit the block up like the 4th of July. Bullets tore through the crowd. People screaming, running, falling, bottles dropped, cars reversed, girls crawling behind bumpers, screaming for help. You could smell smoke and blood in the air at the same time. Car didn't even stop. It just kept rolling. Shooters hanging halfway out the window, letting off with no aim, but all intent. Within seconds, the whole lot looked like a war zone. 4 people down, 14 more hit. People hiding under cars. Others trying to carry bodies out the street. One girl holding her best friend, screaming, "Please don't leave me." Another man yelling into his phone, "They just shot up the party. They just shot up the party." Sirens started echoing in the distance. By the time the police hit the block, the shooters was long gone. Shells everywhere. 7.62s and 2.23s scattering across the pavement. A black Nissan, possibly a Charger, seen speeding westbound. That's all witnesses could agree on. Detectives marked the ground with little yellow cones, each one representing the life almost lost. The DJ's banner still hanging half torn. Cup toppled over, still dripping liquor next to a puddle of blood. The same spot that was turned just minutes earlier, now silent, lit only by police lights, flickering red and blue. It didn't take long for word to spread. By sunrise, every major outlet had Mello's name in the headlines. But what they didn't understand was this wasn't just another shooting. This was supposed to be her night, her celebration, her message to the world that Chicago female rappers could win. Instead, it turned into one of the city's darkest moments of 2025. Mello walked away physically unharmed, but spiritually, that's another story. They say she ain't speak for hours after. Just sat still, phone in hand, watching the videos, the panic, the chaos, and the silence spoke louder than any statement could. Because when you watch people die at your own celebration, that shit changes. The shooters vanished into the night. No arrests, no names, no closure. Just another summer in the city that eats its own. And for a while, no one knew what had went on. Some people said Risky Road did it. Some people said Pocket Town, KTS did it. Hell, they put it on some of everybody. But when it all came down to it, you know who stated claim for it. And the members gave they due.
Picking up back ends, dumping. You feel me? I'm still doing real shit. But little ass shots, they killed. What? Come on, magic trick, capiche. We pull up and get niggas capiche. That wasn't for you. Chill out. That wasn't for you. You know? You feel? Them niggas ain't do nothing. Hey, Squirrel. Them niggas ain't do nothing but fuck up the way I fuck, man. Them niggas ain't do shit to me, man. Fuck you talking about? I'm still him. I'm dude. I'm him. And nigga shot out a car. Like, what? I ain't shot out a car since I was 15 years old. I ain't shot out a car since I was 15 years old.
NLMB and Pocket Town had been into it for a minute. NLMB was allegedly responsible for a mass shooting that they did when they killed Spook. I don't know how true it is, but from what Doo-Wop said, NLMB did that. This was allegedly a retaliation by Pocket Town.
Question that everyone's asking as that neighborhood remains on edge. Now, as you mentioned, that one man did die as a result of his wounds. Another man remains in critical condition, hospitalized in the hospital after being shot in the head. This as police continue to investigate, but they haven't said if they believe this attack was targeted or just more neighborhood violence. An emotional Michelle Chambers says she just had to see where her son nearly lost his life.
I just received a phone call saying that my son had been shot. I was calling around, trying to find out what's going on.
Her 28-year-old son remains hospitalized with a bullet wound to the stomach. He was one of 8 people shot during a pop-up party on the city's south side. Security camera video captured part of the mass shooting and what followed.
I saw people running in the alley, and then I heard gunshots, and then I looked out and I saw a person shooting at a car, and they ran into another car.
Terrified neighborhood residents say it happened at this dance studio in the 2500 block of West 79th Street. Friends were attending a memorial party for a friend who had been the victim of gun violence.
They was here having a good time. They was getting ready to leave. A young lady came to the door. She came in and looked around, and she stepped out, and shots just started.
There's gunfire, and then several people can be seen running for their lives. A 26-year-old man was shot in the head and killed, and other people ranging in age from 22 to 41 had various injuries. Chicago police did recover a pistol with a long clip from an area dumpster and are still investigating the shooting, which follows a spate of attacks, which has U.S. Senator Dick Durbin once again calling for stricter gun control legislation.
We are awash in guns in America. Chicago knows it. Illinois knows it. We all know it. And we know what happens.
This as a neighborhood remains on edge, and another mother is forced to react to the violence.
I'm tired. I'm so tired of this. I really am.
By 6 a.m., the story was everywhere. Mello Buckzz name plastered across every screen. Blogs, TV, Twitter. But what they didn't understand was that this was bigger than the headline. This was a message that no matter how far you make it out, Chicago still found a way to pull you back in. Detectives came out later that day. 50 plus shells recovered. 2 types of weapons. No suspects. No arrests. Just pain. Social media erupted overnight. Pray for Mello trending. Fans posted, "She don't deserve this." Others blaming the city for never letting its own shine. And in the comments, you could feel the anger boiling. Retaliation talk. Subliminals. People saying we know who did it. Chicago don't wait on justice. It creates its own. The mayor spoke. The commander pleaded. But the hood ain't listening to no press conference. They listening to pain. They listening to loyalty. In the trenches, silence means survival. Days pass, then weeks. Funerals line back to back to back, like dominoes. Mothers picking out caskets instead of graduation outfits. Mello went quiet. No lives, no interviews, no shows. She was alive, but you could tell something in her died that night too. When she did finally speak, it was on Instagram. They tried to take me out, but God ain't done with me yet. That caption alone hit harder than any song. The whole city felt that. She knew what every real one from the city know. Success ain't a shield out here. It's bait. And when you glow too bright, darkness notices. After that night, Mello started moving different. Less posts, smaller crowd, more security. And you can't blame her. She ain't just fighting for music no more. She fighting for peace of mind. The Artis lounge shooting wasn't just a headline. It was a mirror, a reflection of everything wrong with how we celebrate and how we envy. In a city where love and hate were the same colors. Sometimes, the only way to live is to stay out the way. That night was supposed to be Mello Buckzz' crowning moment. Instead, it became a reminder that even joy got an expiration date in the trenches. 4 dead, 14 shot, 1 city still bleed. This is Chicago, and these are the wicked streets.